This is Rob Carbone, and you're listening to BD4.
He loops out to left field. Going to be a tough play. Jeter on the run, makes the play. And flies into the stands. Oh, what a play by Derek Jeter. There it goes. Deep to left. Really deep. See ya. Oh, my goodness. What a shot by Aaron Judge.
Oh, what about left field? You've got to be kidding me. Goodbye, home run. I swear to the Lord, you got to put four fingers up. Flores comes to the plate.
See ya. A home run by Derek Jeter. Oh, what a ball game. A game-winning walk-off home run by Derek Jeter. He is Mr. November.
This one by Mattingly. Oh, hang on to the roof. Goodbye, home run.
It is high, it is far, it is gone. A tremendous home run to the back end of the grandstand in left field. The Sanchino. Oh, that Gary is scary. Ball game over. Yankees win. Ah! Yankees win.
I mean, are they even going to make the playoffs? At this point, are the Yankees even going to make the playoffs? Whoops. Fucking hell. It is so bad. It is so disgustingly bad right now. Like, I usually wake up so excited on the weekends, Saturday, Sunday, especially with that day game, 1 o'clock games for the Yankees. I look forward to the Yankees. I'm like, okay, this is it. Even if they're on a little bit of a losing streak, I will turn on the TV. 1 o'clock comes, and I'm like, okay, we're a couple of games back from the division, 1.5 back. This is a big game. I can get hyped up for this. Now I'm not hyped up for shit. The division is most likely over. Now we're fighting for a wild card, or second place, as they call it this year. The wild card will be the third place team. We're in third place, folks. We are third place. We have the wild card spot. We're fighting for second, not first. We're fighting for second. We're in third, fighting for second. We're actually closer to fourth place than we are to first place. The New York Yankees, who have the highest payroll in the game, the New York Yankees, the evil empire, are struggling to overtake the division from the big, bad, scary, small market Tampa Bay Rays. What's going on, guys? It's Rob Carbone coming at you with another episode of BD4, episode 154 of the podcast tonight. So be sure to follow us and subscribe to us on the many different platforms we have. If you haven't yet, just go to my website, nysportstalk.rc.wordpress.com/connect. Once again, nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com/connect. It's in the description, or it's on the page or the screen if you're watching the podcast. Guys, it's not looking good. It's not looking good for the Yankees, and tonight's a special episode. I had my buddy on, so we had a nice conversation. Ryan is a diehard Yanks fan, so we talked for about, I want to say a half hour about the state of the Yankees, and kind of just recapped everything that's been going on lately, and talked about the team and their chances at winning a title, winning, getting into the playoffs and winning the division. We talked about a lot of things, because it's not pretty. It's been a very, very, very underwhelming season for the New York Yankees this year, who started out 16-6 and since then have fallen to 21-19, which is 5-13 ball since that 16-6 stretch to start the season. So they've been really bad. They've been very poor, and we don't want to waste too much time tonight. So let's head to our first break of the night, and when we get back, we'll recap games 1 to 4. Be right back. Hey guys, really quick, I just want to remind you that if you go to my website at nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, you can find me on social media. You can find the links to my podcast and my blog. So that's all you got to do. Just go to my website, go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, and there will be a page that displays all of my information. All right, guys, thank you. Let's get back to the show. So game one comes along. It is Michael King, who is pitching for the Yankees. And, on the other hand, the Yankees had to hit some random pitcher from Baltimore. I forget who it was. But the Yankees took that loss 6-5. It was a 9-inning game, which I think it was an extra inning game since it was a doubleheader. It was game one of a doubleheader. And, the Yankees just didn't do much. Nothing in the top of the first for them, but in the bottom of the first, Michael King surrenders a solo home run to Mullins of the Orioles. So they take the 1-0 lead after the top of the first inning. So, King has done that a couple of times. He's let up some homers so far for the Yankees, but yeah, that would lead off the game for the O's to make it 1-0 after an inning. It was a shot to right center field. So come the top of the second, though, the Yankees did respond. Okay, so it was I think it was Gary Sanchez who came through and delivered for the New York Yankees in the top of the second. Hooray, good for Gary, who was benched tonight or earlier today. But yeah, Gary answers in the top of the second to make it 1-1. We get to the top of the third inning, and bases are loaded. The Yankees are looking to score big time here. A couple of big blasts will put the game away. So it's top of the third, bases juiced. Gardy comes to the plate, and Brett Gardner delivers with a single up to middle to plate 2 more runs. That makes it, I think, 3-1 Yankees. And then Tauchman takes the plate, maybe the next at bat, and he draws a walk, makes it 4-1. Yankees don't get that big hit, but they'll have to settle with a Brett Gardner 2-run single and a Mike Tauchman, walk. So that made it 4-1 after 3 innings of play. So we got to the bottom of the fourth, and Michael King, here we go again, lets up another home run. This time it's a 2-run shot to Ruiz. And this put the Orioles within 1 run, making it 4-3 Baltimore, or 4-3 Yankees. King's had a couple of those, but that was the final frame he pitched. A couple of home runs, 3 total runs, and so pitched 4 innings of 4-hit baseball, walked 2. So, 6 base runners, and he struck out 3. But, King's had a lot of outings so far this year where he's pitched well for, a small stretch, maybe an inning plus or 2. And then he's had that one bad inning that kind of takes him out of the game. And so, that continued in game 1 of the series. So, the home run to Ruiz makes it 4-3, and then the bottom of the 5th, it was Ben Heller who came in to pitch for the Yankees. And Ben Heller, I think he let up another. Yeah, it was Nunez this time who hits a home run off of Ben Heller, and that made it 4-4. Let's see if we can fast forward a little bit here on the screen if you're watching the podcast. The home run here makes it 4-4. Deep shot to center. And so the Yankees, didn't do much for a few innings afterwards until the extra innings came along, and they finally scored in the top of the 9th. And it was Miguel Andujar and Clint Frazier delivering the blows. Miggy hit the big RBI single, with the runner on second, obviously, to start the extras, is the new rule this year. So Miggy delivers the game leading hit with Holder on second. Or third, I think he advanced on a pass ball. So Miggy goes to right field, singles in a run, and then Clint Frazier comes up the next at bat, and he, or a couple at bats later, and he singles again to bring in another Yankee run to make it 6-4. Bottom of the 9th game, Chad Green got the save, let up just 1 run, ground ball double play with the bases juiced, but that was it. The Yankees took the victory 6-5. Holiday flew out to end the game. So that was game 1. Let's get to game 2. It was much, it wasn't much for the Yankees. This is where it started to go really, really bad. 3 losses in a row from here, and you had Garcia taking the mound, looking to do the same thing after what he did in his debut, going 6 innings of 1-run ball, no earned runs, and he struck out 8. But he didn't exactly repeat that performance in this one. He went 4 2/3 frames of baseball, letting up 4 runs, 1 home run, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. So a lot of base runners on Garcia. Was not nearly as sharp as he was in his debut. That's going to happen. But why am I on the wrong? Hold on. Sorry, I've been playing the wrong video the entire time for game 2. Sorry. Let's get back to the trying to fix the feed here. All right, so yeah. So, Garcia doesn't have as good of an outing, but whatever. I think it started in the bottom of the 2nd inning where Ryan Mountcastle, the fuck? Guy just kills the Yankees apparently, but he hit a 2-run bomb off Garcia to make it 2-0 O's after 2 innings. And so it was up to the Yankees to respond, and that they kind of did. Thairo Estrada gets the RBI ground out. That's as exciting as it'll get nowadays, an RBI ground out in the top of the 3rd to make it 2-1 O's. Okay. And then I think on the top of the 4th, see if I can pull it up here on the screen. Daddy Kratz comes through with a base hit, knocking in 2 more runs for the Yankees, putting them on top 3-2. So they have a 3-2 lead for a bit, entering the 5th inning. But the bottom of the 5th comes, and here's Garcia, gets himself into a 1st and 2nd no-out jam, and that's going to do it for him. I think Clark Schmidt came into the game and had to relieve him. It was an interesting decision, to say the very least, as Clark Schmidt is a starting pitcher, and this was his major league debut. Okay, but here's Aaron Boone putting him into the game, not Ottavino, not anybody else. And he was exactly as you'd expect. Schmidt comes in and right away, I think he surrenders 3 consecutive RBI hits, and this puts the Orioles on top 6-3. And again, that's going to be the eventual final score. Why Schmidt was in there to begin with, I don't know. As much as I shit on Adam Ottavino for being a choke artist, I would have still much rather had him in there, because I know he has the ability to escape jams. We've seen it before. He's just very, up and down, I guess. He's very nerve-wracking. I'd rather have somebody who can be great than a prospect who's obviously going to be very unpredictable. But there goes Aaron Boone putting Clark Schmidt into a tight game, a very tight, important game, late to try and prevent more damage, but he couldn't do so, and that would be the eventual score, 6-3. The Yankees would lose. Game 3. Let's get to Game 3. This was probably the ugliest game of the series, being that we had our ace, Garrett fucking Cole, taking the mound, and we still embarrassed ourselves. The Yankees lost 6-1 in this game. Garrett Cole goes 6 innings, lets up 5 runs, one of them earned, but doesn't tell the whole story if you watch the game. Gives up a homer, 4 hits, 2 walks, and struck out 10. Now, Garrett Cole was, again, it doesn't tell the whole story of this line, because he was very, very dominant. He was really sharp for about 5 innings. Striking out every he faced, retired a bunch of hitters in a row. But, that one error by Estrada in the bottom of the 6th, I think. So Cole lets up a home run to Stort, okay, to start the 6th inning. He lets up a homer to Stort, DJ Stort, who's hitting like what? $111. He's hitting the Yankees. That happens in the 6th. Let's see if we can get to it. And after that, it kind of started to unravel for Cole and the Yankees. After the homer by Stort, Estrada makes an E5 to put a runner on. Cole walks Iglesias, Cole walks Severino, and then he lets up a 2-run single to Mountcastle, and then another 2-run hit. This one an RBI double because of the fan interference, by Ruiz, and that makes it 5-0 Orioles. Fuck, Yankees didn't really respond. In fact, in the seventh inning, one of their bum relievers, their third tier relievers, Yajuri, lets up another home run to Stewart, makes it 6-0. And then the only run the Yankees could muster up came in the top of the eighth when Clint Frazier stayed consistent and homered, making it 6-1. It's been really bad for this team, man. So that was game fucking 3. 6-1 loss. Clint Frazier, the only offensive star of the game. But as we go to game 4, man, another loss. This one, another ugly loss as the Yankees drop this one 5-1. Masahiro Tanaka actually pitches well in this one. He's been the Yankees' most consistent pitcher, I would like to think. It's kind of sad that we've got a $300 million ace right now not pitching like one. But Tanaka's been their most consistent guy. And here he is again today being effective. Once again, he goes fucking, what was it, 5 1/3? I think it was 5 1/3 innings, lets up 4 runs, 2 of them earned. The obligatory home run that he allows once a game happened. But, 6 hits, a walk, and he struck out 5. So a decent day for Tanaka. The offense just couldn't get it done. Some fucking rookie pitcher named Kramer made his MLB debut. And, of course, just like what happened in Atlanta the other week, a rookie pitcher debuting shut the Yankee bats down. They had 1 hit on this Kramer guy through 6 innings, and they scored just 1 run on him. But in the bottom of the first, to score for the Orioles, a bunt single by Alberto started it off, and then here comes DJ Stewart again, hitting a home run to make it 2-0. Top of the second comes, the Yankees score, bases loaded with 1 out. I think Clint and Miggy singled to get on base. Talkman walked, so you had the bases juiced for Daddy Kratz, and here he comes again. Daddy Kratz with the RBI 5-3 ground out. He's been productive. I gotta give him credit. Filling in for Gary today, he had an RBI, and I read some really fucking stupid shit on Twitter today. It was somebody who's probably just some big Gary Sanchez shill saying like the Yankees benched Sanchez today and it still didn't help them. Like that was the point. The point is he needs to wake up and get his head out of his ass. So benching him would kind of be a wake up call for him, not the team. Yes, it would also probably help the Yankees with their production, and it did. Kratz had an RBI, but the point of it in the end, so it was a stupid comment to begin with, but the point of it, to fucking bench the kid is to get his head out of his ass and kind of, get him to realize, oh shit, they benched me. Maybe I have to start stepping it up. So I was actually proud that the Yankees, that Aaron Boone was man enough to bench Gary Sanchez today. And, nevertheless, Kratz comes through in the top of the second with the RBI 5-3, making it 2-1 Orioles. Bottom of the 6th comes, and Tanaka is pulled for Sessa. Tanaka puts 2 runners on, first and second, with 1 out. And Yanks are in a little bit of a jam, and Aaron Boone goes with Luis Sessa to escape that jam. And what happens? Sessa gives up a single to load the bases, then picks up a strikeout, but then walks home a run, walking Holiday to put the O's on top 4-1. And Yankees had a little bit of a teaser, I guess, in the top of the 7th when, who was it? I don't know. They put first and second on with 1 out, and then they had first and third with 2 outs, but they came up with nothing. Torres is pinch hitting at this point, swings at ball 4, a weak grounder to shortstop for the 3rd out. And why he wasn't in the lineup is just beyond me. He just got back yesterday from the DL. I know the Yankees said they planned on doing that. Why do you plan on doing that? You're in the middle of a race for the fucking playoffs, to be honest with you. And you're not playing good baseball lately. You need your most talented hitters out there, even if it's to DH. He should have been getting at-bats today. But Cupcake Boone had to sit him for the first 3 at-bats of the game. And Yankees teasing that 7th inning, couldn't get it done. Nick Nelson comes to pitch in the bottom of the 7th, and he lets up some more runs. A single, and then an E1 by him trying to pick off a runner on first base. And then later, a few at-bats later, a sac fly would score the O's 5th run of the game. Top of the 9th, the Yankees had one last chance, and other than a Miggy triple, that would be all. The good thing here, I guess, is that Miggy's starting to come around. He's had a couple of good games this series, but fucking hell, man, this Yankees team just does not have what it takes right now, and I don't know what it is. I don't know how they're going to get their heads out of their ass, but guys, it's looking really fucking dull. It's looking really bad right now for this New York Yankees team, and I don't know what. And that's what me and Ryan are going to talk about tonight. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little. Hey, we ranted a lot. We vented. We got our anger out, and not to sound like a piece of shit asshole fan, which I am. I'll take it. But I'm just letting out anger, man. I'm angry, and we wanted to express our frustration. So fuck it. Hope you guys enjoy the show tonight. Let's get right to it. Let's head to break first, and we'll get right to the conversation that Ryan and I had about the Yankees tonight. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Be right back. Hey guys, really quick, I just want to remind you that if you go to my website at nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, you can find me on social media. You can find the links to my podcast and my blog. So that's all you got to do. Just go to my website, go to nysportstalkrc.wordpress.com, and there will be a page that displays all of my information. All right, guys, thank you. Let's get back to the show. All right, so real quickly before we get to the conversation, I almost forgot. Let's get to the question of the day, the NYK question of the day. Last time out in episode 153, I asked you guys which team was Aaron Judge initially drafted to, and the answer to that question is the Oakland Athletics. He was initially drafted to the Oakland Athletics before going back to college and then coming back, getting picked by the Yankees later on. But that's the answer to 153. In episode 154, for your NYK question of the day, we've got since the Yankees are playing so bad, when did the Yankees last place third in the American League East? So one more time, what year was it when the Yankees last placed third in the American League East? So again, message me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, preferably Facebook or Instagram these days, or just comment on the post once I publish the podcast. So, guys, thank you so much. Let's get right into the conversation that Ryan and I had tonight about the Yankees. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and yeah, let's get to it. Thank you.
Did you fucking see that game today?
Thankfully, I didn't see any of it because I was out golfing. Oh my god!
Yesterday was so much worse, though.
Yesterday's was brutal.
Dude, I'm so done. I can't.
Golf sucks. It's so bad.
Dude.
Oh, 36 million.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can't even get Ryan Mountcastle out. Yep.
Oh man, how you been, man? What are you up to?
Nothing much. I just watched the basketball game. I had LeBron over 9.5 assists. He gets 9 assists. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I saw that same. I was watching that. Rockets had it, and then Lakers pulled away in the end.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I would hope at some point we get to see the Knicks in here, but doubtful.
Yeah, never.
Imagine that day.
Never. All right. I mean, it's already recording, so we might as well just cut out whatever we need to cut out.
Sounds good.
I wanted to ask, I guess we'll start before we get into the Yankees. Just your overall thoughts and opinion on the COVID season in the MLB, and if you think it's legitimate and everything. I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Well, I mean, this season's been a joke, like from the start. I mean, you had the Marlins in the first week with COVID cases, and now like every other team is catching case. So like, I mean, in this regard, I don't really count the season as like legitimate. Although at the same time, I mean, it's still going on. But it's just, I don't know. It's just 2020 in a nutshell. Like nothing's really legit. I just find the season to be a joke. But that doesn't mean that the Yankees are exempt from being bad.
Right. Yeah, man. I kind of feel the same way. Like back when there was no sports a few months ago, like I was excited when we finally got the news we were getting baseball. But like at the same time, in the back of my mind, still, I'm kind of just like, it's always going to have that asterisk next to it.
Oh, absolutely.
You know. But
and it's 60 games. Like
it's cut into a third, dude.
Yeah.
So I do want to ask you though. We'll get right into the Yanks because there's a lot going on. So you saw this recent series, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, that's everything the Yankees have been in 2020 in a nutshell. Like, you talk about underachieving pitching, the offense just being completely dead. What do you think on this team so far this year?
I mean, this is something I thought, honestly, with the way like this season was going to be, fake season, fake team, I was thinking, okay, World Series. And listen, I get that injuries happen, okay, but this team, for one, they get injured way too much. I mean, Judge and Stanton can't play more than 2 games at a time. And then, I'm sorry, next man up was cool last year, but, I mean, Ford, awful. Tyler Wade, do we even need to talk about Tyler Wade? I mean, and then you have the pitcher. I mean, I think Kahnle might be the biggest loss. This bullpen is an absolute joke. Sessa comes in here. He gives up runs every time. Chad Green, who I once thought was reliable, he sucks now. And then, obviously, now Garrett Cole, ever since his little dust-up with Boone, he's been awful.
Dude,
this team is unbelievably bad. I've never seen it this bad.
So many things going on at once. And, yeah, I mean, you started with the injuries. It's like you've got your face of the organization who hasn't been able to stay healthy since his magical rookie season. You've got, money bags, Giancarlo Stanton making $300 million, not being able to stay on the field. You've got, the big Maple, just completely, dude, it's fucked up. And now, bullpen, like you say, it's how many times, like, we're fucking throwing Nick Nelson out there.
What's Nick Nelson doing? Coming in
Avalon. We're throwing all these guys, like, we don't even have that. Like, we talk about this depth that the Yankee bullpen used to have. That's not there anymore. Kahnle's not here. Betances went to the Mets. I mean, Britton and Chapman have been shaky for a while. It just, we're using Holder, Heller, Nelson, Sessa, Michael King, Lasagna, like all these guys who don't, these third-tier relievers out there. We don't have that depth that we used to in that bullpen. And
honestly, I think the most pathetic thing is, and I mean, you just said Jonathan Holder. I can't believe I'm saying this. He's been one of our better.
He's been consistent.
How bad the bullpen's been.
He's been consistent.
He's one of the guys I don't mind coming in.
Yeah. Seriously, that's
unbelievable.
It is. And then you've got Chad Green and Ottavino who come in and they've got one pitch each. They can't figure out, they can't get outs unless he's throwing his fastball and he's throwing his slider. I mean, there's nobody in this pen that's living up to expectation right now. And then you look on the flip side, man. You look at this rotation, and let's see, you've got Garrett Cole with the home run issues. What do you think that's attributed to? Do you think there's something to do? Do you think it has something to do with something, or is it just fucking random?
I don't. It's tough because I think he's tipping pitches a little bit, but at the same time, I just think he's leaving. Like, yes, he has a good fastball, but he's just leaving pitches down the middle. Like, you're gonna get smoked. I mean, I've seen Scherzer's gotten smoked before too. You're in an AL, you're in a division, the AL East, that has small dimensions. Like, and he keeps throwing fastballs down the middle. Like, you can't throw down the middle, and this is an adjustment that he keeps saying we're working on. Yet it's the same thing, and I've noticed his off-speed pitches too have been garbage. It's just hanger after hanger. It's unbelievable.
He's hung a lot of pitches. Yeah, I've noticed that too. And the fastball, it's just going right down the plate, and hitters are going to take advantage of that shit. So it starts with him, obviously. I mean, if Garrett Cole is on point, if he's not one of the best pitchers in the game, this rotation doesn't really have a shot. Who do you trust in that postseason outside of him and maybe Tanaka if they're on their games? There's nobody else there, so you need those two guys to be on. Cole's not been on. Tanaka's actually been the Yankees' best starter.
He has.
But Happ is old. He's declining. Big Pussy's always hurt. He's overrated anyway.
Goodbye to him after this year, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he's got Paxton's got to walk. I mean, he's got to go.
I don't know. How did we not see from his first start the guy was throwing 92, and yet Boone keeps on saying, "Oh no, it's fine, it's fine." Like, what does this retarded manager see? Like, am I like? Is he not watching the games that we're watching? The guy's throwing 92 mile per hour meatballs. If he's going to keep doing it, he's about as useless as Happ. And look at what Happ is.
It's this thing with Boone where it's like he's afraid to kind of get on his team a little bit, or afraid to not be positive. He's so there's that lack of urgency you want from a manager to lead your team. Like, I feel like he doesn't have that sense of urgency. He has zero accountability. Like, when he benched Gary today, I was very happy for that, but that's a rare occurrence. You never see him take action like that often. And he's just so, you watch him in the presser, he's overly positive, or he just, he never seems to be, trying to force his team to get their shit together. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's a domino effect that can, that's why this Yankees team kind of has no drive at times, because it starts with the fucking manager who's always with that low energy. He has that vibe on him where he's just not very passionate, maybe.
I mean, it's the first in his post-game presser. It's the same thing. The first thing he's saying is, well, I mean, we're going to take the positives away. When you lose 3 out of 4 to the Orioles, there's no positives. The Orioles are garbage. And I don't know who pitched today. It was some guy making his debut. You get 1 hit in 6 innings. But no. Let's look at the positives here. We fought. I mean, this guy's pathetic. This guy's garbage.
It's that, and then it's like he's very, very, I don't know if it's coming from upstairs or not, but he's very analytically driven. Mm-hmm. Where it's the fucking pitch count, where he's taking guys out prematurely, or he's mixing and matching in the pen. Even on the flip side, Ryan, it's like with the lineup, he'll sit LeMahieu one day. Torres comes back yesterday and he sits today. I mean, it's fucking unbelievable the amount of shit this guy has to do just to rest his guys. You would think in a 60-game sprint there would be none of that shit, but here it is.
And listen, I'm for resting guys every once in a while, but this is a team that's way too reliant on the.
Right, we're almost in 4th place.
Except you cannot. I'm sorry. There's no reason to be resting guys when you're in September. You're 2 games up on the 8th seed. If you told me they would be 2 games up on the 8th seed at this point when the season started, I would even call you nuts. That's how garbage this team is, and yet they still continue to bench guys like it's nothing. Oh, that's all right. We're a lock for October.
Oh,
they're gonna get swept by Buffalo. Oh
shit! That's coming up this week, right?
Tomorrow. Yeah, Buffalo Jays. I think it's tomorrow through Wednesday.
I'm really scared when I look at the lineup cards like every day and they're released. You've got like Mike Ford. He'll put batting 3rd. We'll have He had Brett Gardner batting 3rd the other day. He has fucking Aaron Hicks hitting. Dude, how many guys in this lineup are fucking hitting under the Mendoza right now?
Oh my! It's Hicks.
I was counting before. I did a little math. I went on the MLB site and I looked. The team's hitting it was like 239, and you take that,
disgusting,
and you take away LeMahieu's 380, whatever the hell. That shit's even worse without him. It just goes to show how important he is, but how reliant they are on somebody like him, because they've got no other guys like that.
I mean, just run through this lineup. There's way too many zeros. Hicks, 0. Gardner, 0. Then Wade's a 0. Mike Ford is a 0. Obviously, Slobchez is a 0.
Yep.
I mean, you're not
Estrada's
going to
not been
win.
hitting.
Estrada's been awful.
Andujar's not. Other than today, he hasn't been hitting.
And today, of course, he had to make an error. Clockwork.
You're not going to win a World Series. You're not even going to be successful in the regular season if you continue to just like their lineup, dude. It's so fucking strikeout prone. It's so home run hungry. Or it's so difficult to watch. It really is. Like
it is.
At least last year in the regular season, there were moments where it looked like they had their shit together. But this year, man, it's like from game one to wherever we are now, there's no fucking fun in watching this team.
No. It's more torture. And I'll tell you what was it? It was Wednesday night's game against Tampa Bay. Summed up this team perfectly. You had the fireworks happen on Tuesday night with Chapman and I think, what's his name, Mike Purcell or something. And then you come out, you give up 4 runs without even getting an out, and Purcell hits 2 home runs. That shows this team is it's soft. There's no energy, no passion, nothing. And yet, here they are. They're just letting Tampa Bay just destroy them. You can hear Tampa screaming from the dugout. And
dude, that's so embarrassing. That is the most embarrassing. Like I would be so embarrassed if I was on that team, fucking watching the Rays on your own turf, man, just fucking laugh at you on the other side of the dugout. Yeah. You can hear it, like you said. There's no crowd, and they're just fucking. They're the Yankees' fucking dads right now. The Yankees are the Rays' bitch at the moment. It's just incredible the way this whole thing is shaping up. I just I don't even know. Like, I don't even know where to go from here. So fucked up.
I don't know. I mean, I would say fire the manager, but Hal Steinbrenner's not going to do it.
That's not
Cashman's
happening.
not going to do it.
That's not happening.
He's all part of their plan. It's never going to happen.
What would happen? Do you think it would take? What do you think it would take? Like missing the playoffs, maybe?
Missing the playoffs would be the only shot, and even then, I'm sure knowing them, they'd find an excuse.
Yeah.
Oh well, this wasn't a real season anyway. It was tough.
Probably would. Yeah.
Our guys weren't ready for the season. Okay. Yeah, like every other team wasn't.
Yeah. And you can't make that injury excuse because you look at Tampa, they've had a fucking barrage of injuries.
They've had the same, maybe more than us.
Yeah, probably.
And to their key pitchers too, and yet they have the best record in the AL.
Yep. I don't know, man. And these just you look around this fucking fan base, and a lot of Yankees fans.
Are brutal.
Yeah, it's the new training staff. They're going to be 110% healthy, or we got a new ace and a new pitching coach. This.
Matt Blake, because he's been really good.
Yeah, the pitching guru. It's just we rely so much on that bullshit. Andujar had a great rookie year. He'll be sharp this year. Gary, don't give up on him. 3 years ago he was good. Giancarlo Stanton won an MVP one time 75 years ago.
MVP,
it's. We rely so much on the past. It's let's stay here, let's stay in the moment, and talk about what's going on right now. We're 21 and 19?
21 and 19 right now.
Closer to 4th place than we are to 1st place. 5 and 13 in our last 18 games or so.
Yeah, we were 16 and 6.
16 and 6, Ryan.
And now 21 and 19.
Yeah.
Healthy or not, it's garbage. And it starts with Cashman. Why didn't we get anyone at the deadline? Like even a Marte and Archie Bradley. You can't even do that.
Marte would have been a good contact bet.
But and that's what this team has been lacking. We see it every October. Dude. Obviously, they're going to walk LeMahieu, and then you just strike out the rest of the lineup.
And that's the thing, man. You rely on one guy like LeMahieu. When he's not on, there's absolutely no production. So you need him to be on all the time. And he is, but he's not going to continue to hit fucking 400. So you have to have other guys step up. And the guys who were producing are now on the DL. And the guys that aren't on the DL are underachieving. There's nothing clicking right now with this team, and it's just a fucking disaster.
Yeah. And I'll give one kudos. I'll give Luke Voigt. He's tough. He's been dealing with a foot injury, and he still plays, unlike these other guys. If it was anyone else on this team, I got to go on the IL. Voigt, he continues to produce too.
He's been good.
So kudos to him.
LeMahieu, Voigt, and Frazier, I would say, are 3 Yankees that have pretty much been consistent from day one. everybody else, like I said, is either shelved right now or just, like you said, not producing at all. If we don't go out there this week and beat the shit out of Toronto, that's when we start talking about missing or making the playoffs. Right now, we're trying to fight for second place. But if we lose this series, we're going to be fighting for a playoff spot, Ryan.
And here's the thing. This next, the last month of the season here, tomorrow's game against Toronto, that's the first game they play against them this year. They're going to have to play them 10 times. So you have 10 games. If you can't win at least 6 of them, this team's got no shot. And I don't think they're going to win 6 of them right now. I don't even know if they could win 4 or 5 of them right now. Not with the way they're playing.
I totally forgot they had 10 games against them.
Yeah, I think it's...
Wow.
Yeah, it's 7 games in Buffalo and then 3 at the stadium or something like that.
Yeah. Oh, man.
I should say the mall, excuse me.
The mall.
Shopping mall.
The shopping mall? Yeah.
Which, by the way, how about, this team's so good at home. Yeah, they suck at home this year, too.
They're just, it's nothing's fucking clicking. And, not to be a downer, but when they're fucking not playing well, I'm going to call them out. And I'm not just going to suck up to them the entire time. I'll give them credit when they deserve it. And they've not been close to living up to expectation. They're supposed to be a team that goes out there, wins 100 games or whatever the equivalent to that is, 40 or something, win the division, and then, win the pennant, get to the World Series and see what's up from there. But right now they're not even, they're on pace to win maybe 30, 32 games. They are
right now, maybe 32 at most, yeah.
Definitely not winning the division. And so you take those two things into account. How the hell are they going to come back and just all of a sudden be great in the postseason? And that's another thing, Ryan. It's like the injuries. Everyone's saying, we'll be healthy by the postseason. We'll be healthy by the postseason. Didn't we just say that shit last year? And look what happened. People were forced back and just underachieved.
Oh, no, I'm pretty sure Mike Stanton will find a way to – maybe he'll play the first game and then, he's going to have some hamstring tightness or he's going to pull another calf muscle.
Yeah.
He'll be out. You know how it goes with him. And look, I don't like being negative. I don't want to talk like this. I don't want us to be having this conversation right now. But the team, they've done this to themselves. And sorry that we're passionate and that we've seen enough of it. Unlike zombies who will just buy in no matter what. I'm not like that. If I see my team suck, I'm going to call them out. It's just plain and simple. I had a zombie going after me on Twitter today saying, "Aren't you a Mets fan?" And then I said, "You know what? Maybe you should shut up, loser, and pay attention to the standings." And then he said, "You're just a negative fan." I was like, "Okay, blocked."
Yeah, I'm off Twitter. I haven't been on that.
Rob, Twitter has become a cesspool.
I don't go on that anymore, dude.
These zombies are. I can't believe they still exist. But they're coming after me more than ever now. I'm hated by Yankees Twitter, and I love it.
Oh man, I can't. I just can't communicate with other guys online. It's just not fucking for me with these fucking, millennial fans and Gen X, Gen Z, whatever the fuck it is.
And then they go after you like personally, like they'll try to find personal info about you. They're insane.
I mean, listen. But fact of the matter is, this Yankees team is underachieving, man. Their manager doesn't look like he's doing a great job. Their roster is underachieving from the rotation to the bullpen to the lineup to the bench. Nobody's going well. If somebody's going to hit well, somebody else or 3 or 4 other guys are going to start slumping. Nobody's coming together at the same time. The whole unit is just a massive fucking disaster at the moment. And in order to get out of this, you just got to win. That's the only thing they can do. But they haven't been coming around lately, so we just have to hope that shit starts to turn around. And can we fucking play all of our starters tomorrow, please? That would be good.
You would think so, but who knows? And here's the problem. It's never a complete game with them. Either the pitching will be really good and the offense will suck, or the offense will finally produce and score 7-8 runs like they did against the Mets the other game, and the bullpen comes in and blows it. I mean, they can't all click at once, and it's pathetic.
They had a 4-run lead or a 3-run lead twice against the Mets that one game a couple nights ago, and they blew both. Even the Mets are fucking owning us, dude.
3-3 against the Mets is just garbage.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, those 3 wins, we didn't win those games. The Mets
No,
won
it was
those games.
Betances, and then there was a couple of other occurrences.
It was Betances and Diaz.
Diaz, yeah.
But yet, no. This team, it's okay. They're going to get healthy. Listen, I hope they do, but even with them healthy right now, I can't see them. I can't see them going deep in October.
That's the thing. That's the thing, man. It's not even like right now. Like, even if they were all healthy, and even if none of these injuries happened, I still don't love the chances with that roster. And I say it again, It's just the strikeouts in the lineup.
Yep.
It's the rotation holes outside of a couple of guys. So even if they are fully healthy, I never loved their chances to begin with. We talk about this all the time. It's just, it's not really, doesn't look like a World Series winning team to me.
Yeah, and here's the thing with the wild card round, even if they do make it, if Cole gets lit up in the first game, you're done. It's a best of 3. Maybe you can win with Tanaka because Tanaka usually proves himself in October, so maybe he'll prove himself again. But then who are you going to go throw out there for that decisive game 3? Big pussy?
Yeah. And on the other end, the
Montgomery?
offense got to produce.
Yep.
You can't hit elite pitching, ever.
And how great would that be if they end up the 8th seed and get Tampa?
Yeah, that shit's
that
over.
would be
You
comical.
kidding me? Oh, my God.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just garbage right now. It's not fun, and yet I continue to torture myself by watching. I don't know why I do. It's
a disease,
don't know anything
Ryan.
else. Yeah. I just don't know what else to do. And
You're the diehard.
I'm watching these losers every night, and I'm ranting on Twitter about it.
Yeah, man. I don't know. But, yeah, it's – you got anything to add? We pretty much covered it all.
I mean, there's not really much else to add right now. They just suck, and like I said, we covered it all. I mean, hopefully, maybe this week they turn it around. Doubtful, but I mean, it just keeps saying maybe the next night.
It's crazy, man. I was saying, I almost guaranteed they'd at least win the division because I feel like that would have at least been easy for them.
Mm-hmm.
But here we are. We're talking about hovering over 500. So
Unbelievable. And I mean, like I said, they were even 16-6. I thought this team would cruise. And,
40 wins.
Yeah, here we go. That Tampa series, that first one where they got swept, that showed me all I need to know.
That was it.
And they haven't been able to bounce back since, and it's just embarrassing.
Yeah,
It's not the Yankees. If only George Steinbrenner saw this, everyone would be out.
Yep, it's not your father's Yankees. That's what they say.
Said it's Hal's cost efficient Yankees. Gotta love them.
You saw that article I sent you the other day?
Yes,
It was really good. Lupica's good, dude. Every time I read one of his, he's always on point.
It's spot on.
Yeah, he's good.
But like I said, I know I was joking with you, but like I would not be surprised if Hal and Cashman say, nope, no more
I
accidents.
thought you were serious at first. I was like, wait, what?
I mean, you can't put it past these guys.
No.
It's like Dolan. Up, you're done.
Dolan. Oh, shit. Dude, what do you think we're doing with number 8?
I don't know. Cole Anthony, maybe.
You think? I know you don't love him.
No, I mean I've seen him in person. He's talented. He's not. I don't think he would fit well here. But
Yeah. I don't know.
then again, it's just classic Knicks. Get the 8th pick. But honestly, I'd rather watch the Knicks at this point than watch this loser baseball team. So.
I'm getting there. I'm not there yet. I'm getting there. But yeah. I mean, I don't know, man. It's tough.
It's just atrocious. Top
We'll
to bottom,
see.
just atrocious.
We'll see what happens. Ryan, thank you, man, for coming on. I
Of
appreciate
course,
it.
Rob. Appreciate it.
All right, buddy. This podcast is sponsored by Anchor.